प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन क्रदिता पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Verse 25.
Yeah.
Verse 25. No one is denied the result of his or her karma. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyaji nobimam.
Yanti madhyajinopi imam. See, he says, Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti madhyajinopi imam. Since once you looking directly for Ishvara understanding, you will get that. If you are looking for devatas and blessing and all that, you will get that. Whatever you ask for, you will get. As long as your Shraddha is pure and your prayer ritual and all that. Whereas when it comes to Madhyaki, in the sense when it comes to understanding, you will, whether it is efficacious, you will get to know whether you are able to understand it. So then otherwise what will happen, you will definitely ready yourself. Mentally you will keep yourself ready whether you are able to study. Because whether you are studying in understanding, you will always know. Whereas with reference to other things, whether you are getting it, it's all adrishta palam. Whether you are getting devata, you have to go somewhere to get the devata. Or whatever palam. Since it's all undeterminate. It's all what you are in the future. All adrishta palam are there in the future. Whereas this understanding is here and now. Because anything we know, any subject matter for that matter, understanding we know whether we understand or not. Okay, if you don't understand, that is a different thing. If you don't understand, mug it up and go and write in the exam, that's a different thing. But here it is not. Here it is your own understanding of yourself, your reality. So that you will know. And if at all you know, you will know it right away. Otherwise, you will prepare for it. Okay, I am not able to concentrate, I am not able to understand. You will go and do vichara, you will go and ask the guru the doubt. Or you will say that, no, your manas is sanchalam. So do some prayer, do some meditation, to live a proper life. Don't keep on becoming very extroverted and then come and study. It's not going to work. All those things we'll get to know immediately. That is the beauty of this understanding. This yanti mad yajino pimam. Mam meaning the understanding of Ishvara and Jiveshvara Aikyam here and now. That understanding, you will get it. So that is the beauty of this. The whole Vichara and the whole Brahma Vidya, understanding is here and now. Drishtapalam. It is not Adrishtapalam. Everything else is Adrishtapalam. It is in the future. So, there again you are getting into a losing bargain. Even pragmatically speaking, your time is well spent if only you are getting it right now here. Otherwise, it is okay, it is all in the future. Mila to mila, jackpot like. So that is, it's obvious in the sloka itself. Now you will explain what it is. Yeah.
Deva Vrataha, those who are committed to the gods. Devan Yanti, reach the world of the gods. Pitru Vrataha, those who are committed to the mains. Pitru Yanti, reach the plane of the mains. Bhutejyaha, those who are committed to the spirits. Bhutani Yanti, go to the realm of the spirits. Api, whereas Madhyajinaha, those who worship me, Mam Yanti, reach me. Those who are committed to the gods, reach the world of the gods. Those who are committed to the mains, reach the plane of the mains. Those who worship the spirits, go to the realm of the spirits. Whereas those who worship me, reach me. What is this main?
Means like Pitras, in the sense, In Pitruloka, in Shastra, they say that even there is gradation, like different types of Pitrus and all that. And there again, like what we do know in the Garuda Puranam, what it talks about. If you, there is a halfway home, that is when you leave the body, you live with the body and for the next 10 days, you are in the body till you get the proper route to heaven or whatever it is. And that is why we do all that karmas and all that. And even that Godanam and all is ensure that in between there is supposed to be a Vaitarna river. Suppose you get caught there, you will fall into all the bad hands. So in order to cross the Vaitarna river, if you do the Go Puja and when you hold the tail and do mantra, samkalpa and all and do it like this, the Buddha jumps over the Vaitarna river and goes to a good spot. That is Vitra. So people who go there also, there are gradations. In the Shastra, in Taittiriya also they talk about, like different names are given. Different names are given, Uttama, Pitru and all that. So that gradation, that you will go to the Pitru Loka. Like even Deva Loka, there is a Pitru Loka. There again you will get a good lot. If you worship there, if you do the Shraddha, with the Shraddha, the Pitru Karmas and all that, the person who goes to whom you are doing, he will get a good this thing, and you will also, when you depart, you will also get a good Pitraloka and all that. So it is all in the realm of what you call Shastra says it. It's a realm of belief only. We don't really know what exactly happens. It's a Shraddha, so that you do all these karmas properly. The idea is that you do the karmas properly. For that, they are giving you this incentive. If you do it well, you will go to Pitraloka. If you do it well, you will go to Dev. So it's all karma palam in the future. But to give you some shraddha in doing all that, they are mentioning all these things. It's all. Yeah.
Actually, when such rituals are done, people who are doing the rituals don't understand what it is.
In the sense, number one, the rituals themselves, they say if you do this, you will get this. You will do this, you will get this. If you are asking for this, you do this ritual. And this is how it is to be done. All procedures. The Kalpa Shastra itself is procedure, complete. And the meaning is, okay, this is the Rishi, this is the Pitra, this is how you will track and all that. There is no, it's only a procedure like. It is typical like your any, what you call, any experiment you do. These are all 1, 2, 3. If you do this, you will get this result. Like that, it's all. There is nothing to understand. There is just to stick to the procedure. That is why we do. We call the priest. Exactly whatever he tells, you bring it with all the in the Parangundana, you bring that. Otherwise, like Swami himself will tell next sloka, Pushpam Payam, Param Toyam and all that. For anything and everything, you will say Akshadan Samarpayami, Akshadan Samarpayami, Akshadan Samarpayami. That means what? You are not verified. Either you are not having, honestly, if you don't have the money and if you do it, Bhagavan will understand that. But if you have the money and still you say Ashtadan Samarpyami, that means your Shraddha is lacking. That will come later. There is a Shraddha also, there is Sat Shraddha, Rajas Shraddha and Tamasika Shraddha. If your Shraddha itself is not very effective, naturally you will not get only that much. To that extent you have Shraddha only in the karma, you will get Palam. So that again, when you get the Palam, you won't know. That is why they say that, okay, if your something is not happening, a person is not getting a son or daughter, no child, then you might not have worshipped the Kuladevata properly. Now, then people start searching the Kuladevata. What is the Kuladevata? People don't even know. Entire life they spend without even knowing what is Kuladevata. Then once they don't get an issue, Santati, then they search, then go to the astrologer and find out what is your Kuladevata and then go start doing it. So it's all in the realm of belief only. You can't really, that is, but if you have the Shraddha, the Shastra itself says, if you have the Shraddha, whatever you are praying for, you will get somewhere close, plus minus. Like even any other karma. Any other karma also, you don't get exactly the same. Any karma, you will get equal to what you want, something more than what you want, something less than what you want, sometimes opposite also. Swamiji always beautifully used to say, all 4 types of phalas are possible for any karma. And it all depends on the Shraddha, it depends on the efficacy of the karma, the way in which you do it, whether the priest has the Shraddha, what he says, and whether you have the Shraddha as Yajamana, all the samagris are properly arranged, whether the Shuddham is there, all the so many things are, so many imponderables are there, hidden factors are there in any karma. That is why karma, doshavat karma. Karma means dosham. Any karma, any dharma will be accompanying with some adharma. So naturally since the adharma is there, some less palam will be there. So, but there again, if we have the Shraddha, okay, something I might have done, might not have done properly, whatever I get from Bhagavan, I accept it. That acceptance, karma phala, tata is Bhagavan, karma atyaksha also is Bhagavan. So I accept whatever result that comes. Whatever that happens to me, I accept. That again is prasada buddhi, Ishvara arbuna buddhi, prasada buddhi. That again can become yoga. Even all these rituals and all that can be converted into yoga only if karma yoga buddhi is there. Karma yoga buddhi means what? That presupposes mumukshutvam. That what you are interested, I want to do all this, to be done karma properly so that I get the antakarna shuddhi, I got the peace of mind, I get the siddha naishalyam, so that I am able to sit and understand what is the overarching truth of life is all about. So again, karma if it is done as yoga, there again there is a drishtapalam. In the sense, as you do the karma, you will have that peace of mind. That is drishtapalam. But what you are doing it for, that palam will come later. That depends on your plus minus and all that. So there again there is a drishtapalam. So as long as you are looking for drishtapalam and do it, then it is prudent living. Because you are getting it here and now. If you pray, prayer, Swami used to say free will. It is the highest expression of free will. Because as you pray, your mind totally surrenders. So you are surrendering everything unto Bhagavan. And the Bhagavan also, you know that he is the giver of Karmapala Data and Karmapala Dharma Adhyaksha. And he is also above all Desakala Vastu Aparichinnam. Since you have also surrendered everything, at that moment you are also Desakala Vastu Aparichinnam. The oneness is already established. So, that is the beauty of prayer. Prayer is the highest sense of free will. But done with this understanding. Not for any, I want to get this, I want to get this. That is Vyaparam, which I have always discussed. That will always have plus minus, like any other business. Even business with Bhagavan also will have plus minus. Can't help it. So, that is the difference. But that is why you have to understand what you are saying prayer, what are the rituals for. What do we mean by that? That is, in order to make you understand that also, these things are told. That is why he says, if you want this, you do this, you will get this. But again, he will explain, if there is any problem, you will get less, more and all that. That he will explain now. Yeah.
Devan Yanti. Those who are committed to the Devas in their worship gain the world of the Devas. Devavratas are those whose devotion and commitment are to the gods. These are the people who perform Vaidika rituals to specific gods like Indra and so on. As a result, they go to that plane of experience, Loka, where those gods are there. Where those gods are. As we saw, they will stay there only as long as the punya they have gained from their karma loss. The intention here is to point out the limitation of even good results. Pitrivrataha, Pitrani Yanti. Those who worship the Pitris, the ancestors, gain the world of the mains. These are the people who have a disposition which is predominantly Rajas. They perform Vedic rituals like Shraddha, that is done every year on the death anniversary of the departed soul. They also perform Smartha karmas that are not Vedic rituals. Pitru is a main departed soul living in a particular plane of experience, which is more desirable than this world. That plane is called Pitraloka, and to that plane they go. There they gain the status of a Pitru like Agnishvata. Agnishvata is the name of a main, and they get that particular status when they die. There is a community in the Coorg district in Karnataka whose worshipping the mains is done in a big way. In Tamil Nadu, there is a movement of Nastikas, and the followers of that movement reject anything that is Vedic. So they do not go to temples or perform any Vedic rituals. but they too worship their departed leaders. There were two leaders of this movement who are dead now. Every year, their followers go to where they are buried and place flowers, burn incense, and so on. They will not say they worship, but it is exactly what they are doing. They are worshipping Ishvara in that form. These are Pritivratas. Actually, the politicians, they go to MGR's. That is what they do.
Everything, Periyar, they will put without form there is no spirit. If you want to invoke a spirit, you need a form. So no point in telling, I don't worship form and all that. It's all just, just political. There is nothing like, everyone worships a form. Even idol worship, even cross is a form only. It is not something less than a form. Everything. It's all gymnastics, verbal gymnastics, that's all. Yeah.
Bhutejyaha Bhutani Yanti. Those who worship the Bhuta, spirits, and various minor devatas like Yakshas, Rakshasas, Ganas, and so on, are Bhutejyas. Ganesha as the Ganapati is one of these. If you worship Ganesha as Param Brahma, it is different. Then you are worshipping Ishvara. But the people who worship him as Ganapati are worshipping him as a Bhuta, a kind of exalted spirit. They will get only that level of experience. Though it is better than this world, their gain is only limited. Having said all this, he further says, Yanti Madhyajinaha Apimam. Those who are committed to me reach me. Just as these people reach their own ends, consistent with whom they have worshipped. Similarly, those who worship me will reach me alone. Me means Parameshwara, Paramatma, the cause of everything. Shankara says here that Vaishnavas are those who recognize the Lord as Vishnu. Vishnu means the one who is all pervasive and who includes every devata. They recognize me as themselves and thus reach me. What do you want now? Do you want to partake a given plane of experience, or do you want to be every experience? All experience of me, nothing is separate from me. So all who seek me recognize me in all the devatas. Their approach, their seeking is entirely different. They are mumukshus, the ones he described earlier as ananyas.
Ananya Bhakta, yeah.
For the same effort, result is less due to ignorance. Here Shankara makes a note. Even though the effort is the same, because they are worshipping me, in ignorance they enjoy only limited results. Effort is common to all of them. In every yajna, you have to make effort. As all those devatas, they worship or me, they are worshipping me, but due to ignorance, they do not recognize me as the real recipient of their worship. They think they worship separate devatas or gaining separate lokas and thereby limit themselves to that particular experience. The effort is the same as it would be if they are doing rituals for Antakarana Suddhi, but they become the recipients of limited results due to ignorance. It is like a person who knows that a thing he has is an antique, but he does not know its value. So he makes a lot of effort to find an antique dealer and finally finds one who gives him $100 for it. He is happy, but actually its value is more than $100,000. So even though he made the effort required to find the antique dealer, he got a lesser result due to his ignorance. To say that the Lord is everything, you have to know. Otherwise, how can you say it? You do not see the Lord being everything. You have to know. Unless you recognize Atma as Param Brahma, who is the Nimitta Upadana Karana, you cannot say the Lord is everything. I am everything. If this is understood, then the result is the gain of limitlessness. There is no coming back. Once you know, because Ahankara is gone, you are mukta, liberated. All this has been pointed out. Not only is the result so great, but it is also sulabha, easily achieved. Because it is already a fact about you, for the sugar to become sweet, what should it do? It simply has to know, I am sweet. Similarly, you have to know, I am limitless, Anando. It is Sulabha because it is you. Because you require Antakarana Suddhi, you may think it requires a lot of rituals. No, says Lord Krishna. What should I do?
He wants to read, Mr.
Okay, Prashant wants to read.
Kumar, you want to read?
Kumar, Mr. Kumar, he didn't read.
Yeah. Verse 26. Hello.
Able to hear me?
Hi.
Verse
Swamiji,
26.
one second. Able to hear me? Swamiji, 1 second. I am searching.
Yeah.
Actually, PDF I have lost. Actually, there was a problem in connecting also for me.
Hmm.
Verse 26, no?
Yes.
Able to hear me? Yeah, verse 26.
Yes.
Yes.
Then what should I do? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyu krutamasnim
Asmami prayatatmanaha. Yeah.
Pashnami prayatatmanaha.
Yes.
Yaha, he who, bhaktya, with devotion, patram, a leaf, pushpam, a flower, phalam, a fruit, toyam, water, me prayachati, offers me tad bhaktim upahrutam, that which is offered with devotion. Prayatatmanaha, of the person whose mind is pure. Aham ashnami, I receive. He who offers me devotion, a leaf, he who offers me with devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I receive that offering imbued with the devotion of the person whose mind is pure. Again, this is a verse that is quoted often. What you offer does not matter. It can be a leaf, a patra like a vilva, or tulasi leaf, pushpa, a flower, phala, fruit, toya, water. But the action of the offering is necessary, and now it is offered. Now, how it is offered is also important. Yaha me bhaktya pravachati.
Yeah.
Pravachati. He who offers to me with devotion, bhaktya prayachati, means he gives with devotion, recognizing me as Ishvara. I offer this to Ishvara for antahkarana shuddhi, jnana and moksha. Then any karma is a yoga. There is no entity called bhakti. It is only a condition of the mind. When you perform a ritual, it is karma, but bhaktya prayachati means you do this karma with devotion. Then it is karma yoga. Any karma can be yoga if there is bhakti. A puja is karma. So is singing a kirtana. It is an oral action.
Vachikam
karma. If you do dhyana, it is mental action. Manasam karma. All of them are karmas, and with bhakti they become karma yoga. Whose offering is this? Prayatatmanaha of a person with right effort. This is someone whose mind is pure. Bhakti, a devotion, is an expression of pure heart. The action the action is doing with a pure heart, and in order to gain that pure heart, we also perform an act of devotion. Importance of an act of devotion. The action becomes important here because it produces a corresponding emotion. It is the action. If the action is not done, the emotion will also disappear. So we have certain actions which cause particular emotions to manifest. The form and the spirit, as I have mentioned earlier, are both important. Suppose there is a form which is not backed by the spirit. It is a mere form, a dead form. And when the spirit is there, a particular form is not necessary. To make an offering to the Lord, you do not need a physical action. If you have devotion for the Lord, you have it. You need no special action to express it. When you have an appreciation of Ishvara, its expression, devotion is always in you. But the problem is, devotion is not real as long as you think you are a devotee. When there is ahankara or ego, which thinks it takes care of your yoga kshema and uses Ishvara as an accomplice, you need an act of devotion. It becomes as important as the spirit of devotion. As I told you before, if you hate a person, the best way of getting rid of that hatred is to act as though you have love for him. You may say it is hypocrisy. If your intention is to deceive the person, it is hypocrisy. If your intention is to get rid of the heart hatred, it is not. You do something like giving a flower to him daily for 41 days. The act of giving a flower in any culture so far on this planet is a symbol of love or affection. In Indian culture, it also indicates respect and devotion. That action, which in your sight is connected with love and affection, no doubt will come in conflict with your emotion towards the person you take. But you also want to get rid of this hatred. So you give the flower, and the day comes when you need not do it anymore. In the act of love, there is love expressed. So the opposite emotion, hatred, is converted into love. This is what we call pratipaksha bhavana.
This I have given one article also I have sent you people earlier. Pratipaksha bhavana means what? Yeah.
In order to eliminate a given emotion, Swamiji, can you explain actually that PDF maybe we would have sent long back?
Yeah, Pratipaksha Bhavana is what Swamiji has now explained. Bringing out an opposite emotion to neutralize a particular emotion like hatred and all that. You deliberately fake it and make it. In English, what they call fake it and make it. So, if you have the intention is to get rid of that hatred or that malicious emotion, you deliberately invoke a sense of love or acceptance of that other person. May not be love initially, at least accept. Just instead of turning away from him, just look at him in the face and talk to him nice words. Deliberately do it. Some time, and also over a period of time, suppose there is some reason for that hatred or something like that, you will be in a position to discuss with him with a very proper countenance. And perhaps whether you have any malicious, like there is no reason you are having any hatred or indifference towards that person, by discussing you may get rid of that also. So, over a period of time, if you are able to bring out that opposite emotion and deal with that person and interact with that person, you will get rid of that negative emotion towards the other person. That is what is called faking and making it. That is what is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. Swamiji dramatically says that you start giving a flower every day, give a flower. First day you will just turn your face and give. Second day slowly you will start moving it. You will demonstrated in his lecture in a beautiful manner how at the end of the 40 days you are able to give it with a smile, and thereafter you may not require that flower, you may be able to interact with him nicely. Because in the meantime, lot of things for 40 days means in between lot of things will happen. It is not just offering the flower. If he is a related person, you will be discussing with him what exactly is the reason why you feel that way. Perhaps when he says, then you will feel foolish. Like, why unnecessarily I doubted him? He was okay, there was some circumstance. Like Swamiji always used to say, when you are walking along, if the other person whom you know comes in the front with a frown, you will pass by thinking that why this fellow is frowning at me. Swamiji says, maybe he was not frowning, he wanted to sneeze. The sneeze was not coming. So it looks like he is frowning, actually. So he is not frowning. So you carry unnecessary malice in your mind that he is frowning at you. So you will not talk to him for 10 days, 15 days. Later again when you meet him, one day you will find out, oh, he has no reason to frown at you, he is okay with you, he has no problems, only you are unnecessarily harboring. So there are so many ways, Pratipaksha Bhavana, in the sense, the opposite emotion can be brought to bear upon you if you are alert. That is what is called alert living rather than biased living. You like to try to be open. In the sense, look every day afresh. Look at every person afresh. Don't go by. You may have a judgment about that person, no doubt, but don't bring the judgment to bear upon in that particular interaction. In that particular interaction, just find out what exactly he wants to say, what you want to do. And in that particular interaction, if it comes out okay, then perhaps when you are in a level playing field, you can discuss. No, 2 years back I did like this and you didn't respond to me properly, and sort out all those problems. You don't give yourself a chance to repair the relationship if you carry the hatred without even discussing or without bringing out the Pratipaksha Bhavana. That is what he is talking about. Pratipaksha Bhavana is to be open-minded, to revive a lost relationship, make it up. That is why it's called fake it and make it is a very famous American expression. You have to fake, because ultimately love is the reasonable emotion. Hatred and all are, in the sense, it is all opposite, like it is only comes out of ignorance. Love is the only real emotion. Everything else, love, empathy, all those things, daya, are all only ahimsa. These are all, will come later also in the 13th chapter. These are all your nature. Ahimsa is your nature. Himsa is a developed quality because of some wrong understanding of life. We think that ahimsa is a value to be developed. That is why we even teach children. Ahimsa is a value, don't tell lie. Right? A child which is growing at 3 years and 4 years, you don't go and tell him don't tell a lie. He will never tell a lie. You, because of the people around only, he starts telling lies. So, all these values are already there with us. It is all our natural. Love is our natural emotion. Hatred is a developed one because of wrong understanding of life. So, if you are able to fake it and make it, he will develop the natural love automatically, and then not the negative thing that has come, it will go away. So these are all methods, upayas for bringing us back to our natural living, to our close to our heart, to our own nature. So that only we will be happy with. That's what he is trying to say. The Pratipaksha Bhavana has got lot of even devotion and all that is to why we go to temple also. We have lot of things plus minus activities that are happening in our life. At the end of the day, when you go to the Bhagavan, surrender everything and all that, along with that all the grudges, all your insecurities, everything you surrender, and when the arati is done, you feel nice, one with him, and then if that emotion sustains, hey, I am one with Bhagavan, what is that for me to fear or hate or feel rejected? With that feeling, when you come out, you will be able to start from 0-1 in the next moment during the day also. That is what the prayer is supposed to do. That is why Swamiji used to say prayer is the highest expression of free will. That is how we have to look at all this devotion and all that, not for getting this and that and all that. Because ultimately, even if we get something, for you to enjoy, you need a balance of mind. Otherwise, what you get also, we will not be able to enjoy. So, the most important part is the balance of mind. For that, devotion should be used. For that, Pratipaksha Bhavana has to be used. That's what he is trying to say. Yeah.
Actually, Swamiji, this is right. And it's also good also that theoretically it is fine. This is fine. This aspect is you should show unconditional love. You offer flowers you do this. Yes, you do. We are prepared with anything, many things. More, not even flower, more things also. But sir, but Swamiji, in the present context and the present atmosphere, people once you develop, they develop a hatred with you, or they think that oh, this person is not favoring me, or he is not listening to me. Then they always have that impression in their mind. Suppose we approach them with love and all, they think that oh, this person is guilty conscious, that is why he is coming. One thing, or they may think that oh, this person he expects something from me, so that's why this. And this is another thing. Third thing is also they also adopt this attitude that this person that day he told like that, why he should have told like that day, that keeps that they always keep in their mind. So only time only heals. I found that the time heals actually. Just show love and give time also. It's a healer. It won't show any immediate effect or anything. It's a long process, and some people it will not work also.
Yeah, very true. That is why that's 40 days. Otherwise, day one you should be able to do it. Why 40 days? Swamiji says, just giving the time. Certain things, even in the Shastra it takes. It tells, suppose cleaning the simple dirt with the cloth, it will go away. Another will, your dirt in the mirror, simple dirt will go away with a simple cloth. Something very strongly there, that impurity will go with only a wet cloth. And there is also an expression in the Shastra, Garbe Vulva Iva, meaning like even in the the embryo in the womb, it takes 9 months to come out. However good you are, whatever nicely you are protecting everything, it will take 9 months to come out. In the same way, there are certain emotions that will take time. As you rightly said, that will take time. But you have to keep your effort going on and the spirit going on, ensure that you don't have any grudge against him. Maybe in time they will understand and they will come. Another thing is, the whole effort, the Karma Yoga, everything is talking only about you. It is not talking about others. Because others, they are not in the sense, they don't even look at all these things. They are in a different plane. So for them, we cannot, unless they come to the plane where we are discussing, the level playing field is there, this will not apply. It will apply only to you when we are discussing, when we are trying to learn how to give to our natural, how to get back to our natural state of mind, that is love. So we are making the effort for ourselves. Maybe the hope is, if we are loving and affectionate, automatically the other person also will respond in time. So we can only take care of our emotions. Naturally, we cannot take care of all the things outside and other people and all that. So it is meant for us only. But definitely, in the sense, human being per se, love is the basic emotion. Hatred is a developed emotion. So if you express love, perhaps it will also get reciprocated in time. If not today, tomorrow. So that is how we have to be. You have to look at it that way only. It is not meant for others, it is meant for us only. That is how it is. Yeah.
In order to eliminate a given emotion, you bring to the opposite emotion. If there is hatred, you bring in love. If there is jealousy, you bring in understanding, acceptance, some kind of admiration. This is how you change. 1 second. Here, the act of devotion is as important as the devotion. Only in the act is the devotion manifest, and this manifestation is very important. It has to become an all-consuming passion. I must become the very of devotion, which means that the ahankara should not be there at all. That is why they ask you to do puja daily. It need not even be understood. It is just a cultural expression. Why? What you offer is not important. God is not going to be pleased just because you have offered some flowers. He is not going to be flattered by your act of giving or by your praising Him because whatever you can think of is less than the Lord. It is something like the child who has just learned how to multiply. When his father helps him to do his homework, he says, "Dad, you are a great mathematician." How does he know? His understanding of a great mathematician is limited by his own knowledge of mathematics. A title should be given by a person competent to give that title. We cannot even spell the word omniscient correctly. What can we really understand when we call the Lord omniscient? From the little knowledge we have, how are we going to appreciate the Lord's omniscience? We have an immediate knowledge of this at all. We have no immediate knowledge of this at all. It can never be immediate knowledge unless we step out of the individual mind. Then we can say, I am that Sarvajna. That is the freedom out of the individual mind. Then we can, I am the Sarvajna. That is the freedom we can get. With reference to our mind, etc., there is no question of being all pervasive, all knowing, all powerful. When a bhakta praises the Lord, the praise always falls short of what the Lord is. So, the Lord cannot get flattered, much less can he take what you offer. When you offer something to the Lord, He does not take it away. If He did, nobody would give anything. But if a priest comes to your house to perform a ritual, he always comes with a bag. At various stages of the ritual, things are offered to him and he puts them in his bag. If the Lord were to take what you offer, he must have a place. He must have a place of his own, like the bag, to keep it. Where can the Lord have a place of his own? To say this is the Lord's own place, there must be some place which is not his. Being Sarvajyapi, all pervasive, all places are his places. Being everything, there is no place of his own. Whatever you offer remains there. Why then to offer? Why pray? Often people ask me if the Lord is all pervasive, if He is in me and outside me. If He is in me and outside me, why should I pray? Drop the if. The Lord is everywhere. If you know that, there is no need to pray. But if you do not know, pray in order to get that knowledge. You seem to see yourself as separate from the Lord, who is omnipotent, omniscient, and includes you. To that Lord, whom you have not understood, pray. I am told that you are all pervasive. You are all pervasive. O Lord, show me how you are all pervasive. How am I included in you? If only the Lord is there, then how am I the Lord? Please reveal this to me. This act of prayer is as important as the spirit behind it. Without the act, there will be no spirit unless you are jnani. You are a jnani. His whole life is an act of prayer. But for a person who is not a jnani, even if the spirit is there, spirit is absent, as long as the act is there, the spirit will come. Because you cannot perform an act of prayer without the spirit entering into it. That is because prayer is the most voluntary action in the world. It is an action for which the result is not immediate. So the free will expresses itself in the fullest form. In all other actions, you are motivated in one way or another. When you see a go-getter, you see a driven person. But if that person simply falls back and offers a prayer, it is definitely voluntary because nobody can make another person pray. Even parents can only ensure that the children close their eyes and maybe even utter the Lord's name. But whether you pray or not is entirely up to you. When we were children, we were asked to do a whole set of rituals before and after the Gayatri Japa. They took about 50 minutes, but unless we did them, we would not get our coffee. Therefore, for coffee's sake, we were driven to do them. If you are just doing something to please your mother and get your morning coffee, it is only an action, not an act of prayer. But you do pick up the spirit when you perform the act. If in the act of prayer there is some spirit, we call it real prayer. It is your
appreciation of Ishvara. Yeah.
It is your appreciation of
In the prayer.
Appreciation of Ishvara.
In the act of prayer.
It is your appreciation of
Ishvara. Yeah.
And your own helplessness. This keeps you sane. Keeps you sane. The sanest person is one who understands his own limitations as well as his virtues. One who understands only one's own virtues, one who understands only one's own virtues, I would not say is the sanest. When you appreciate not only your helplessness but also Ishvara as the one who is limitless, etc., your sanity is complete. Then your whole life becomes an expression of prayer. The spirit of prayer is the same.
Sukumar, I'll continue.
She will read now. Yeah.
The spirit of prayer is the same. The form can vary. The importance of prayer is recognized in every religious culture, but each has its own form, which is purely cultural. The prayer is common. How the person prays is prescribed differently. One person may follow a puja form step by step, in which patra, a leaf, pushpa, a flower, phala, a fruit, toya, water are offered. Even if they are not available, one can offer any or all of them mentally. One can even do the whole puja mentally. But if it is mental puja, one need not limit one's offering to patra, pushpa, phala and toya alone. Mentally one can offer everything imaginable. But the action is important, and that is what Bhagavan points out here. What is recommended in this verse is an act of worship called puja. One need not do Vedic rituals, only an act of worship in which one offers patra, pushpa, phala or toya. There is a verse, footnote, kalau kalmasha chittanam prapa dravyopajivinam vidikriya vihinanam harenamaiva kevalam.
Yeah, Kali Santara, very famous. Kali Santara Upanishad, what they say in Kali Yuga, it is Kalau Kalmasha Sittanam, Papadre Upajivinam, Vidikriya Vihinanam, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. Vidikriya Vihinanam, in the sense, all your rituals and all, you will not get all the samagris, even the attitude, you will not get a proper environment in the society for you to do all the Vidikriya properly, Vihinanam. So, in such a situation, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Keep saying Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even that is okay. That is being told in Kali Santara Upanishad. That's what he is referring to. Yeah, now we read.
There is a verse that says that in Kali Yuga, for the people who have impure minds, who do not have rituals prescribed for them, reciting the Lord's name is enough. In every Yuga, people's minds are impure. So, this verse embraces those people whose minds are to be purified. Since they have raga, dveshas and so on, they take to means that are not always proper. They are called papa dravya upajivis. If you observe your pursuits, you will notice that when you get something, it is usually at the cost of someone else. There is often some aggression towards others. Therefore, there is papa involved in your daily life. Then kalmashas, old impurities, cannot be eliminated because daily you gather new ones. You can only eliminate them by doing nitya naimittikadi karmas like Agnihotra and other rituals which are prescribed in the Vedas according to Varna and Ashrama. But these people do not have any such rituals prescribed for the Varna and Ashrama they are in. How are they going to rid themselves of Kalmasha and gain Antakarana Shuddhi? The name of the Lord is the only means. Gatir Govinda Kirtanam. It includes puja, kirtana and so on. Whatever the offering is, it must be bhakti upakrita, offered with devotion. If you are moved by devotion expressed in the offering of a flower, a leaf, etc., with a pure heart, what happens to that offering? An offering made with devotion is received by Bhagavan. Aham asnami, I eat. Shankara says that this should be taken as aham grinnami, I receive it. It means the person gets the result for his action, antakarana shuddhi. You need not do elaborate rituals. All that is required is recognition and an act of prayer. The meaning of this verse is that an act of prayer is important and it should be done for the sake of antakarana shuddhi leading to moksha. When Bhagavan receives your prayer, you are already blessed. There is a story illustrating this in Bhagavata Purana. Sudama, also called Kuchela, was a poor man who lived with his wife and 27 children. He and Krishna had studied together in the same Gurukula at the feet of Rishi Santipani. Studying under the Rishi had given him great insight and devotion. Even though he was a Grihastha and had to find food for his large family, he was cheerful and devoted to the Lord. His wife found it increasingly difficult to maintain the family on his meager earnings. One day, she suggested to Sudama that as he had been with Krishna at the Gurukula, he should seek Krishna's help. Sudama was unwilling to go and ask for charity in the name of friendship. She finally prevailed. After agreeing, Sudama started to worry, how can I go and meet Krishna, my old friend, without a gift? He is no ordinary person, he is more than a king, and one should not go empty-handed to a king, to a deity, or to the Guru. Rikta pani na pashyeta rajanam daivatam gurum. And I do not have anything to offer to him. His wife said, I have something you can offer him. She had already saved some beaten rice called poha from what Sudama had brought home. She wrapped all she had, which was about 3 morsels, in a rag and gave it to Sudama. He went to Dwaraka. Krishna, learning that Sudama had come, asked that he be escorted into the palace with great respect. He came down to meet Sudama at the door, washed his feet and welcomed him into the palace. In those days, if one were a Brahmana, the king had to greet the person with respect and do the prescribed acts of worship. Then Krishna asked Sudama, did you bring anything for me? Initially, Sudama did not say anything, for he thought Krishna would take offense at the insignificant gift he had brought. He saw the palace, the riches around, and was aghast within himself as to how he could have come to see Krishna with some beaten rice wrapped in a rag. But Krishna found the small bundle hidden in his clothes, pulled it out, and began eating from it. He took one mouthful and then a second one. Before he could take the third one, his wife Rukmini, who was standing near him, stopped him. She stopped him because the very act of eating, grahana, becomes anugrahana, bestowal of his grace on Sudama. When Krishna took the first morsel of rice, there in Sudama's village, his hut got transformed into a palace. His wife and his children suddenly found themselves in the best of clothes. Rukmini stopped Krishna from taking more of the beaten rice because if he had taken all of it, the whole world would have belonged to Sudama. That is the Lord's anugrahana. It becomes available immediately when he accepts an offering. Sudama was so overwhelmed by Krishna's welcome and the arrangements for his comfortable stay that he forgot to ask Krishna for any help. He was just happy meeting Krishna after such a long time. He went back to his village and on reaching, he was not sure whether it was his village or another. Everything was different. Even the ponds that had been dry were full of water. The trees were full of flowers and fruits. He could not recognize the place until his wife and children came out and greeted him. When Bhagavan takes, he just gives. Even the fact that you can pray is the result of prayer. You try. See if you can really open your heart and pray. You will find it very difficult. With all the pain and cynicism you have inside, it is very difficult to open up. Any number of arguments will come to prove how prayer is useless. So it takes a number of as though prayers before you can really pray. As I told you, prayer is the most efficacious action that is highly voluntary, where the free will gets its maximum expression. The role of the will is so complete. You are not driven to it. You do it on your own, and its result is assured, which is why Shankara interprets the word Asnami as Anugrinami. As a sadhana for Antakarana Shuddhi, an act of bhakti is very important. It will instill devotion because it does imply a degree of surrender and recognition of your limitations. This can lead to helplessness, but when it is accompanied by the recognition of Ishvara as limitless, the act of devotion makes this appreciation very real. The attitude of surrender becomes more and more real through the act of surrender. So the act is as important as the very attitude until the attitude does not come and go. If it is an abiding attitude, you need not perform an act of devotion as a means, as we will see in the next verse. Very beautifully written.
Swamiji, you don't need any explanation how to go about. This should be the way. The problem is our own acharyas, they do not explain it like this. They always say, they tell you immediate sankalpa means Aishwarya Abhividyartham, all their knowledge and pandityam, they put in the sankalpa. You will get this, you will get that, you will get this, you will get that, and all. The whole thing is on what you will get at the end of it, rather than doing the act of prayer with total devotion. Like Sudama, I am there only to be at your feet. We have that oneness with you. He even forgot what to ask. So that is why he got everything. Once you forget and you have that oneness with him, then you get the same omniscience which Bhagavan has. See, here it's all metaphorical. Even the Krishna Sudama story should not be looked at as just a story. What he is trying to say is that once you go for Ishvara, you will get Ishvara. If you go for anything less, you will get anything less only. So, even our chamakam and all that, we are told, big list is given. You will get this, you will get this, you will get this, you will get this, you will get this. Whereas Swamiji used to say, chamakam means cha make. So, after if your devotion and your Rudram chanting and your Rudrabhishekam, everything is very efficacious. Chame meaning, you are me. Everything, whatever you have said, you have glorified Bhagavan and said Namaha, 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 it all becomes you. At the end of it, you become one with Bhagavan. Chame, chame, chame. So, chamakam can also be interpreted as saying that you are not giving a big list for Bhagavan to give you. It is, everything is me. First I offer everything unto you. Thereafter, because of devotion, everything becomes me. Why? I become one with Ishvara. So that is what is the tatparyam of that story also. Sudama got everything without asking because his devotion was complete. So that is what he says. You must go for the Antakarana Shuddhi and oneness. Antakarana Shuddhi means what? Proper infrastructure wherein when the Bhagavan says, when the Ajo Nitya Sashodayam Puranaha Na Hanyate Hanyamane Sarire, later also we have read Ajo Bisanna Ve Atma Bisanna Bhutana Vishwa Bisanna, all those things will become real. It is not just there is no second. Ajo Bisanna Avya Atma Bisanna Bhutana Vishwa Bisanna Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atma Maya, meaning you are one with Bhagavan. It's all your creation. So there is nothing to ask for or somebody has to give and all that. You become one with Bhagavan. That sort of a devotion is being talked about in that Sudama story also. He becomes one with Bhagavan. That is how the Tatparya, the Bhagavata has to be. The Bhagavata, whomsoever is explaining that story, he has to tell like this, that he will become one with Bhagavan. That is why, that is explanation of the Oru Pidi Aval Chaptaka, the entire village. Second Pidi Aval, if you had taken, the whole world will become yours. That is, you will become Ishvara. Listen, that much of grace is possible if you have that total commitment to your prayer. And the sense I have already explained to you that everything is unto Ishvara. You are submitting everything, Tanu Manu, everything unto Ishvara. Unto the Pradima, the Alankaram, Abhishekam, all the glories, all the people, with their minds, they are surrendering everything unto Ishvara. The whole world of people who are there collected, they all surrender everything. So everything is unto Ishvara at that moment of Abhishekam, Alankaram, and then finally when the Arati is done, the receiver is back, is Desakala Vastu Aparichinna. Ishvara on the other side is Desakala Vastu Aparichinna. Everything else is in between. Light on the table, like even a casino. So once you do that sort of a thing, everything becomes yours. You are the total winner. Everything comes to you. So that is the way. You cannot have any, you should not have anything, any less aspiration other than being one with Bhagavan. That is the whole Tatparya. So if you ask for Mam Yanti, you will get me. If you ask for anything less, you will get anything less. And that's okay. It doesn't matter as long as your prayer keeps going. So that, okay, the idea is that as long as you are praying, you are not doing anything willfully against somebody, your mind is a bit calm and collected. Because of that reason, over a period of time, your mind will become peaceful. You will have that Chitta Naichalyam. Then you will ask the fundamental question. I am doing all these things, or I am living a proper life all along. What is it? What is in it for me? What am I? Why am I not being happy all the time? Even though I get here and there, sometime I get some sukham, some dukkam, some dukkam, sukham, some dukkam. Why it keeps happening? Even though I live a dharmic life, do my prayers, I do all my daily rituals, nitya naimiti karmas properly. That question will come. The question itself will lead you to, that means what? You are already Purnam Brahma. Everything else that is happening is in the changing reality. Naturally, changing reality will keep changing. Changing is not going to become changeless. Because you are changeless, you are seeing the changing. That sort of an understanding will dawn on you through the Shastra Acharya Upadesha. For that you need the infrastructure. For that you need the prayer, devotion, everything. So that is how the whole thing falls in place. Yoga Shastra and Brahma Vidya falls in place only with that sort of a devotion and that sort of a prayer. Prayer for Antakarna Shuddhi for study and understanding, questioning and understanding my own Swarupa is nothing but Ishvara Swarupa. So that should be the objective of prayer. And that is what is being explained in various ways. How to get you from where you are to where you are supposed to be. That is what the teaching is all about. Otherwise you don't need the teaching. Aham Brahmasmi is enough. Suti Pramana, the words are enough. Why you need Vichara? Because you have got so many Pretipandakas. In the sense, you have got so much of wrong ideas about life. From there you have to be first extracted out, then put you on a right plane where you are able to make this inquiry and finally you make it. So that is the process, that is the teaching. Otherwise it's all not needed at all. So that is how we have to look at why we need the prayers, why we need rituals, why we have to do all these things. Because from where you are, you have to move towards Antakarna Shuddhi and Moksha Sadhana. That is what he is trying to say. We'll see it later. Yeah.
As I said, while reciting Chamakam, we ask Ishvara, give this and give that, everything, so many things. For example, Sanchame, Mayashame, Priyanchame, Kamachame, all those things. So the other interpretation is instead of you are not asking Bhagavan to give this and give that. Instead, you are already having this, you have this, you have that.
That is the Vedanta explanation. Even though in Purana Ahuti and everywhere, they say that you don't know what to ask for from Bhagavan. So Bhagavan, the rituals themselves, they have given you a list. What are the things you have to ask for? And you ask for all that and do the Purana Ahuti so that you will get it. At least whatever is required for you will get it. That is what generally the priest will explain. But the Vedanta explanation is by doing Namaha and with a lot of surrender, Rudram and all that, with a lot of that bhavana you bring in. The Rudram is what? Rudram is the whole world what are the things happening? Vanikan or Kshatriyan enna pandran, kudrai vechu kaapatran enna pandran. All those things are there. If you really look at the meaning of all that, the whole world as it obtained at the time of Rudram, the person who wrote, the Rishi who wrote, at that time, whatever that was happening in the Upanishad time, the whole society has been explained. And the whole society, it says, Uchchair Gosha Krandayate, even the robber, a thief, everything is in the name of Bhagavan. So even he will be made alright by Bhagavan only. So you say that let that fellow be alright, let this fellow be alright, everything Namaha, Namaha. The whole society has been described in the Namakam and Namaha is offered. Once that is done with all the devotion, then you gain identity with the Bhagavan. There is no separation between you and the world. So automatically the palam is you become one with him. So the chame is everything is me. So that is the Vedanta Tatparya at the end of it. Other than, of course, generally if you have not understood, they will say that they will give you the Shraddha. If you do Namaha properly, Ekadasha Rudraman properly and all that, before Purnahuti, if you, the long list, what you want is given by the priest himself and you chant all that, so you won't forget what to ask. Because when you see Bhagavan, you won't forget what to ask. So the list is given and you say all the list and do the Purnahuti so that hopefully you will get what you need in life and all that. That is how the priest will explain. That is one way of looking at it. That is how you start. The Shraddha starts like that. Like here also, if you worship the Devatas, you will get Devaloka. If you worship Mitrus, you will get, at least after death, you will go to the Pitraloka, higher Pitraloka, main Loka. Like that. If not this, not this. But anyway, getting there also, finally you have to come back and understand. Because it's all Chine Punye Matya Lokam Visanti, which you have seen before. Even if you go to the highest Loka, there again, even if you go to Brahma Loka, Brahma has to teach you that here and now you are Brahman. That is the only understanding will give you moksha. So moksha has to always happen here and now, not going anywhere and going any other loka or gaining this or even the chame list if it is there. Gaining all this is not going to make you, because we get 10 out of 100, you will still feel and I don't have the 90. So this will go on. There is no end to it. So, but better to start like that. This is okay. Worship Bhagavan and ask for it. So that you are dharmic. That is what he says. You will live a sane life. Sane life in the sense, you for getting something, you will not disturb others. You will not do adharmic activity. You will go and pray and pray sincerely and do your work properly, and you will get whatever you need to get. That is the same way of life. Sanity. Till the time you ask the fundamental question and understand Ishwaroham, you need to live a sane life. That is why the matrix of Dharma has been given to the society by the rishis themselves. So that you don't live your life properly and you don't disturb others also. So the matrix, Dharma matrix, all these rituals are only matrix subject to your better understanding of life by your devoted mind, Antakarna Shuddhi and understanding through Gita or Upanishad and all that. So that is how, this is a holistic way of looking at prayer rather than looking at it only for getting this and that. That's what he says. That is what the whole Shastra is all about. Yoga Shastra as well as this, all these prayers. To go further down, he will explain the same thing also. Further, yeah.
Swamiji, in Rudram you quoted one verse, Uchche Gosha Grandete. What does it mean?
Uchche, see, in society there are always people who shout at anything for anything. Uchche Gosha means shouting around. Okay. Uchche Gosha Grantayate meaning avarayo samanam mandradhu. Even that sort of a person will be made to calm down by Bhagavan. Namaha. So like that it is. So everything, even that is why in our culture there is no devil. So we don't, there is good thought and bad thought, good quality, bad quality. Bad quality people is not, it's only a bad quality is an attribute, like even a good quality. Good quality is also only an attribute. As long as you patronize it or keep it only, it's going to stay with you. Otherwise it will go. You are only good as long as you don't see the neighbor's Benz car. So as long as you will be, all your positive thinking is okay, and if you are able to compare yourself with people down you, compared to them, I am better off, thank God. When you see somebody else in your own position living better than you, then you will curse the same God, saying that See, I am also doing the same work, but he is getting better than me. So, these are all this good, bad, and all are relative. All opposites are mithya. So there is no, you cannot have any absolute value for all of them. Only value is for only Satyam. For that, the Mithya, when you are propitiating, when you are doing, when you are asking, when you are getting, even within the same life, Dharma, even if you are a Dharmic, the Bhagavan, in all his blessing, he will drive you to a corner where you have to ask this question. So, if you get into trouble, you must thank Bhagavan that yes, he compels me to come to him. Rather than, if everything goes well, that means what? Your punya is getting exhausted. So again, your bad lot is waiting around the corner. So, then again, when you get into some bad lot, that time you will come to Bhagavan. Rather than that, காற்றுள்ள போதே தூற்றிக்கொள்னு ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்கு இல்லையா? If you look at it, when you are in good space, when your life is going good, that is the time you must start prayer and that is the time you must start reading Gita. Not waiting for a bad time. Yeah.
Thank you, Swamiji. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya